Donald Trump was about to be sentenced on November 26, 2024 because of his crime. But now, when he has won the presidential elections and has come back to the White House, all eyes are on him. I mean, would it be possible to punish the most powerful man in America? Also, what does his comeback mean for the country and even the world? Especially because he's been facing some serious legal cases. Let's dive in and analyze the current situation, plus look at which countries support him and which don't. Trump is in the spotlight because he's accused of something big. People say he tried to trick the United States and stop Congress from doing its job. Back on January 6, 2021, there was a lot of chaos when a group of his supporters attacked Congress. They were trying to stop the process where Congress officially said Joe Biden won the election. Now, when he's back in the White House, things are looking pretty surprising. Winning the presidential election has given Trump a break from all those big court battles and expensive legal fees. Special counsel Jack Smith is already having talks with people in the Justice Department about wrapping up the 2 federal cases against Trump. This news came out on big channels like NBC News and CNN just after Trump's victory, making everyone wonder what's next in this real-life drama. Here's another shocker. During his election campaign, Trump promised to fire special counsel Jack Smith as soon as he returned to office. He even said it would be within 2 seconds.
Got immunity at the Supreme Court. It's so easy. I would fire him within 2 seconds.
Now, while a U.S. president can't actually fire a special counsel directly, Trump has a plan. He could choose a new attorney general with the power to make that firing happen. But what's the issue between the two? Well, Smith, who was picked by Merrick Garland, President Joe Biden's main lawyer, decided to take on Trump with not one, but 2 important cases. The first one is about Trump trying to change the outcome of the 2020 election. That's where he's accused of making up stuff and trying to block the official process where Congress says who won the election. Remember the chaos on January 6, 2021? Yeah, that was a big deal, and it's part of this case. It's still going on in Washington, but things got tricky when the Supreme Court said in July that former presidents can't easily be put on trial. The second case was about Trump possibly mishandling secret documents after he left the White House. However, a judge in Florida who Trump had appointed said that Smith wasn't the right guy to bring this case, so it got thrown out. Even so, Trump is still being accused of trying to mislead the country about who really won the 2020 election, which is a huge deal. Other than that, there are 2 state cases Trump is dealing with, one in New York and one in Georgia. In New York, things got pretty intense when he was found guilty of 34 charges for changing business records. This was all about a payment made to Stormy Daniels, a porn star, right before the 2016 election. They wanted her to keep quiet about an alleged event from 2006. Trump was supposed to be sentenced in July, but his team stepped in asking for the conviction to be tossed out because of a Supreme Court immunity ruling. Now, Judge Juan Merchan is the one to watch as everyone waits to see what he decides on November 12th about throwing the case out. If the conviction sticks, sentencing is set for November 26, 2024. But honestly, we don't think it's going to happen. Let us know your thoughts in the comments as well. Now, let's talk about the other countries and see which are happy and which are upset about Trump's win. Ukrainians are feeling a bit worried about Trump's win. Before the U.S. elections, people in Ukraine were really thinking about what could happen next, knowing how much they could count on the U.S. for help in their fight against Russia. They wanted to know which candidate would stand strong and stay consistent in backing Ukraine. Trump has made a lot of Ukrainians wary because he has shown doubts about continuing to help Ukraine, especially with his mixed-reviewed peace plan to end the war, which his teammate talked about. Many in Ukraine feel this plan might not be good for their country and might even help Russian President Putin. They're also scared Trump might push Ukraine to give up a lot to make his peace plan work. Still, Ukraine knows they have to work with who the American people voted for. So, President Zelensky quickly congratulated Trump on his win. He spoke positively about Trump's peace through strength idea, hoping it could bring fair peace to Ukraine. Here's what he wrote on X. I appreciate President Trump's commitment to the peace through strength approach in global affairs. This is exactly the principle that can practically bring just peace in Ukraine closer. We look forward to an era of a strong United States of America under President Trump's decisive leadership. We rely on continued strong bipartisan support for Ukraine and the United States. As everyone expected, Israel gave a big sigh of relief when Donald Trump won the election. During the campaign, many people in the Israeli government, like the cabinet ministers, the prime minister, and other coalition members, were rooting for Trump. They were hoping he would free Israel from the pressure that the current Democratic administration was putting on them. They thought this pressure would just continue if Kamala Harris became president. Now they are excited they may finally do some things they've wanted for a long time. This includes annexing the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, and taking action against Iran's nuclear facilities. But as we just said, Trump has talked about wanting to end wars and prefers dealing with Iran's nuclear program through politics, not battles. Plus, he seems to want to stay friends with the Muslim communities in the US who supported him during the elections. Because of these differences, there might be some clashes between the US and Israeli leaders, happening a lot sooner than people thought. Anyways, here's what Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on X. "Congratulations on history's greatest comeback. Your historic return to the White House offers a new beginning for America and a powerful recommitment to the great alliance between Israel and America. This is a huge victory and a true friendship." In Iraqi Kurdistan, leaders and officials cheered for Trump's win, but the public's feelings were all over the place. Why? Well, first they're worried about how Trump's win might shake things up between the US and Iran. If the dollar and Iraqi dinar rates go haywire, it could make daily life tough. Then there's the big fear: safety. People are anxious that the rocky relationship between Israel and Iran might blow up even more with Trump in charge. This could make the area a big mess, with fears of US-Iran conflict spilling over into Kurdistan. If things heat up, Iran and its friends might target places where the US has a presence in Kurdistan. Some folks think this could turn into a standoff between the US and Iran right in their backyard. However, many Kurdish folks are hanging on to a bit of hope. They're crossing their fingers that Trump will back Kurdish causes in Syria and push for peace with Turkey. The country is thrilled about Trump's victory and is looking forward to exciting times ahead. During Trump's first term, the connection between the United States and India got much stronger, just like it has with different leaders in both New Delhi and Washington over the past 30 years. Trump and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi became good friends, which helped them work together really well. Even when there were little bumps in the road, like when the US took away a special trade benefit from India, they managed to keep things productive. Some of Trump's ideas about trade and keeping jobs close to home might seem uncertain, but people in India see them as a chance to make deals that benefit both countries, especially since the US might have more disagreements with China. There was even talk of a small trade deal among being finished during Trump's first time as president. Narendra Modi posted on X, "As you build on the successes of your previous term, I look forward to renewing our collaboration to further strengthen the India-US comprehensive global and strategic partnership." Germans are feeling uneasy because Trump's win has brought back worries about the United States leaving NATO. Trump has often warned that the US might quit NATO if European countries don't pay their fair share for defense. Even though by July, most NATO nations are expected to hit the spending target of 2% of GDP, Trump's hints that the US could still leave are making Germans anxious. This feeling of unease is heightened by Germany's own challenges. The country is juggling its budget for 2025 while dealing with the debt brake rule, which limits borrowing. Last year, they lost about 60 billion euros, putting pressure on welfare and defense budgets. Germans greatly value stability, and Trump makes them worry about chaotic times ahead. Despite these challenging times, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz made a surprising move by firing Finance Minister Christian Lindner. This decision led to the collapse of the government coalition. With the recent US election and Germany's own budget issues, immigration and economic policies have become important topics again. So there you have it, Trump's win and its impact on global affairs. Now we just have to wait and see if he'll be sentenced for the cases he was in, or will his regained power and authority help him slip through that. Also, we'll see what impact it will make on other countries, especially Israel, India, and Germany. Leave a like if you found the video informative, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more. Oh, and one more thing. We love your support in the form of likes and subscriptions, but we would love it more if you could support us through supers. Thanks for watching.